inside beautiful Lincoln Stadium on the campus of St. John's Jesuit High School. Lord God, you have created all of us here to strive for the very best, the matches, or more, that Ignatius teaches us to seek daily. Please give these athletes, coaches, and ourselves the fans, the strength today to strive for the very best within us. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. We finish the Saving Nation soil with this prayer for generosity. Please pray along with me if you know this prayer. Lord, teach us to be generous. Teach us to serve you as you deserve. To give and not to count the cost. To fight and not to meet the wounds. To toil and not to seek for rest. To labor and ask for no reward, save that of knowing I'm doing your will. Amen. We ask you to remain standing and please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Letting the PA guy take over mostly, but we're getting ready to get started here at St. John's with it's going to be a challenge. Let's check out the starters.
Number 1, Griffin Lane. Number 6, Connor Stern. Number 17, Cam White. Number 19, Mason Johnson. 21, Cole Curian. Number 27, Jude Brestfield. Number 34, Dante Kaufman. Number 37, MJ Greenwald. Number 44, Bryson Smith. And number 5, Hudson Yeager. The Trojans are coached by Scott Miller.
All right, well, that'll do it for the Trojans starting lineup. So, yeah, just a quick preview here. Trojans have been around for 4 years as a program, and this, not counting playoffs, and actually including playoffs, probably, luckily the best team the Trojans have played in their 4 years, the St. John's squad. 10-1 right now. State runners-up last year in Division II. A team knocking on the door of the top 25 in the state overall. And just really on a roll.
Taking the face off number 89, Tyler Seneca. Long-stick midfielder, number 11, Jen Sherwood. On defense, number 50, Mason Bowers. On defense, number 88, Tyler Ayers. On defense, number 24, Xander Lewis. And in goal, number 20, Braylon Lewis.
And Lewis getting the treatment here. So on paper, Trojans underdogs here by about 8 or 9 goals. We'll see how that plays out. Trojans were on a 2-game losing streak to a couple of solid squads, Hillier Bradley and Olentangy Berlin, and then bounced back on Thursday with a 10-3 victory over Northview. And getting ready here to take on St. John's. Let's see Griffin Lane facing off. He's having a great year so far, up over 65% on the face-off. Lane had to kick it. It was, sticks were hooked together, and St. John's will win the opening face-off. The St. John's squad has a lot of players to watch out for. Goals can come from kind of anywhere. Here's 11 with a quick shot. Goes high and out of bounds. That'll stay with the Titans. Dropped that one, but in comes 14 to scoop it up. Sends it down low. Low shot, and that saved, I guess. Sent back out. That makes career save 399 for Jude Brasfield. So we're on 400 watch now for him. Number 2. It's Cameron Weinberg, one of the many to watch out for here on this Titan squad.
Yes, I think that is.
I thought it was 2, but then they announced him as a starter, number 24, and he ran up. So maybe it's Paxton, just looking older.
Yeah, it might be.
Ball back to X. St. John's, 14 going to walk around, 13 with a chance. 2. 5. Being held up by Yeager. Smith knocks it loose, but then Pole's being held. And they're going to have to fight for the ground ball. Simon Tanner going to come up with it for the Trojans. And he's going to run it straight down, take the shot into the net of St. John's goalie, Braylon Lewis. One of 3 Lewis brothers, all residing in Findlay. Play a lot of their youth sports in Findlay. So St. John's back in possession. Here comes Weinberg's shot and a bouncer for a goal. That's number 2, Cameron Weinberg, with the first goal of this game. Makes it 1-0 Titans with 9:52 to go in the first.
remaining in the first quarter.
Face off number 2 here for Lane. This time, we get the win. Connor Stearns with the ground ball. Flings it toward Kaufman, picks it up. He'll touch it in and set up Trojan possession. Is this Nathan Marshall? No, it's MJ. There's Marshall. Nathan's been wearing like a knee brace or something, a knee sleeve, and I didn't see it. Here's Hammer. Will Hammer, looking for Cam White. Couldn't hang on to it, and then the ground ball picked up by Braylon Lewis. St. John's in their own end here, being held up a little bit by the Finley mid and attack, but they will get their touch. It's true, Deasing trying to round the corner here around Hudson. He does to the inside, turns and wow, just whips it right around the corner and makes it 2-0. So that goal from Dusing from about 4 yards out, 5 yards maybe. Lane on the face-off. Still loose, and we had it for a second, but Titans will earn possession. Shot off target there by Seelenbinder. Chance here. Oh, knocked loose by, looks like Vance, but a flag. It looks like it's on Bryson Smith, I guess. Called for the slash. With 8:14 to go in the first quarter. One minute. Yeah, slash called on Smith. 1 minute man up for the Titans. And the way things are going, it may not take a full minute. We'll see. Curl, nice play there by, a nasty little goal there by Owen Strayer. Man up, makes it 3-0 real early in this one. 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Face off. So that's going to be grabbed by Titans as well. Little pass over top, and that one on its way out. That'll be Finley ball. It's Nathan Marshall to touch it in for the Trojans. Out to Mueller. Mueller's first touch of the game. Mueller outside. St. John's not guarding the perimeter here. Marshall waving Mueller to the inside. Trojans not really moving without the ball. Here's Marshall. has got it. Gets to the middle, shoots, save made. And a flag coming. We'll see what the call is. So shot on goal for Marshall. And a penalty called on Xander Lewis. Slashing, 1 minute call, so Trojans made up for a minute. Here at 6:51 left in the first. Trojans will try to hang on to it for a little while. Haven't had a possession longer than 20 or 30 seconds. Kirian sends that one out of bounds. And we'll turn it over. So yet again, not a long possession for the Trojans. Shot goes wide. And I guess Bryson Smith closest to the line there. It'll be Trojan ball. Stearns to start it. He's going to send it to no one. That'll be St. John's ball. Not sure the intended target there. Can't have wasted possessions in this game. We've had 2 in a row. 2 in a row just where the passes went straight out of bounds. Can't really have that against this team. St. John's being patient, trying to run up the clock on the penalty. Trojans are man up, but without the ball, not doing much good. Good play there by Jacob Vance, and he'll end up on the side. He got a little too aggressive with those hacks, I believe. It was a good hit. We'll see Stearns pick up the ball. And that'll be another penalty on the Trojans. This time it's Vance, 1 minute slash. Vance did a nice job on the hit. It was clean. No flag had come. And then number 1 that was deucing on the ground and hacking at him just one too many times, I think. drew the flag. Yeah, so, yeah, they will be calling flashing. Was that our second?
That's our second.
And they've had one, yep.
That will be called today.
So slashing will be called today. So John's moving around, man up. They scored last time. Here's 5 around. Oh, good look from 2, and wow, what a shot. That's Weinberg's second. He had a great look at the net. He had a good, unobstructed view right at the goal, didn't he? So, second man up goal and 4th overall for St. John's here with 5:06 to go in the first quarter, and looking like it could be a long day. I hope that's not the case. Procedure call, and St. John's will take it. So for all the gains that Findlay has made in these first few years of the program, there's still a few layers of team at the top of the state that Findlay is not quite in the same competitive class as, and I think we're seeing that today. Connor Stearns being flagged there. Not sure I agree with that one. So St. John's will go man up again for the 3rd time in the first 7.5 minutes of the game. So 32nd Penalty on Stearns. Titans man up.
Get back, Hud.
Jones moving it around. Got a crease situation here. Did you grab it? Hey, it's save number 400. Good job. We'll take it at this point. Jude Brasso with his 400th career save on a dunk attempt at the crease. .342 to go in the first. Trojans down 4-0 with possession. This is probably the longest possession we've had the whole quarter. Here's Kirian trying to get it off. MJ Greenwald jumping to try to grab it out of the air. White with the ground ball there. Work it back around. Did we get a shot actually off in there somewhere? I think Cole tried to shoot, but it got knocked out of his stick before he. Right down to Kirian. Oh no, Kirian's pass to, who is that, number 50, Mason Bowers, picking off Kirian's pass, and St. John's pressing up in transition. 22's got a head of steam here. Let's see if Vance can get to this ground ball. Still alive, still alive, still alive, and a ground ball. Nope. Stearns did get it. All right. Connor Stearns with the ground ball. Oh no, but a bad pass there. And it's going to head out to Brassfield. He's being chased. Got rid of it. Had to get rid of it. So a turnover, but had to get rid of it, I think. Here's 7, and then a 2 on the doorstep there. So we got a ground ball and a turnover there. Jarred and a ground ball. Pass defended by Smith. There's a flag coming. Coach Miller's throwing his hat. And 1:52 to go in the first.
Miller's already taken a step off.
Okay, he threw it. Didn't see what the penalty was. I just saw the flag. Looks like it's going to be Ben Mueller, who you wouldn't normally see back on defense. So a elbow or ward or something? Only 1 minute, man up for St. John's with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Yeah. Is that our fourth penalty of the quarter? Yeah. I didn't see anything. Two shot goes high. Tipped off the top of Jude's stick. Head. Oh, here's another chance for 5. He's going to step up, Stearns, and now Yeager getting in his way. Caused a loose ball, but St. John's picking it right back up. Still man up. Opportunity here. That was broken up by Yeager. Didn't get the ground ball. It's loose and it's going to head out, and we'll see. It will go to Finley, so Jaeger with the cause turnover. Georgia's still man down here. Smith up to Kaufman. Kaufman with a nice move, and he's going to sprint into the middle up the sideline, move to his right. A lot of traffic there, though, in front of the net. Under a minute to go in the first. Kirian dropped it, got it back. Out to Marshall. Now Hammer. And White. Back to Kirian. Greenwald. Marshall. About 23 seconds to go in the quarter. Now Mueller. Hammer. Down toward about 15 seconds. Hammer will go back to X. Kirian. Inside for White. And pass is picked off again by same guy, Bowers. And that'll do it for quarter number 1, 4-0. 4 goals for the Titans, 4 penalties for the Trojans. And what, 1 shot on goal for Finley? 2 shots on goal for Finley. And one of them was Simon Tanner off a ground ball in transition. It's only 3 shots for the Trojans. Jude Brassio with 3 saves, 4 goals, so 7 shots on goal for the Titans in that one. The nice news there, Jude Brassio going over 400 saves for his career. Congrats to him. That'll be, see, with 3, that makes it 401 at the moment. Couple ground balls for Stearns and a cause turnover. Face-off, first time that we've seen Finley struggle at the face-off line this season, even in games that we were losing. But St. John's doing a nice job winning 4 of the 5 face-offs that we've seen. In a game like this, possessions are important. Finley not really making the most of possessions in the first quarter. See if we can turn the tables a bit. Try to keep this respectable. There's a win for Lane, getting his own ground ball. Sun came out. Lane's pass, though, bounces high, and it's a turnover. Gives it right back to St. John's. Here's a chance for Stearns. Can't track it. Live ball still is a ground ball for Kaufman. He's got a lot of trouble here. Let's see if he can get around. He does. He does, and he does, and finally goes down. Loses the ball. My goodness. Dante took on about 6 guys, and it was the 6th guy that got him. Probably could have given him options. Hudson Jaeger knocking that one loose. And a whistle. Kaufman down. He is getting up, just slowly. He's up before the trainers get out there. Interesting whistle, because I don't think either team had possession when they whistled. So I'm not sure how they handle that. Kaufman walking off without assistance. So didn't see it happen, but I guess it happened when he went through all those guys. Looks like it'll be St. John's ball off the whistle here. St. John's back behind their own net. Simon Tanner on the short stick. Here's a Simon Tanner forcing a bad pass there. Oh, but here's a chance. Oh, but another bad pass, and see if Vance can get the ground ball. He does. He's in some trouble. Ball comes out, and St. John's ends up picking it up. Yeah, that's what I would say. Shot. Oh, and a nice goal. That's the third for Juicing. Number 0. No, second. Number 5 for St. John's. So a timeout called. 10:24 left in the second quarter. It's 5-0 Titans. The nice thing, I guess, about playing a team like this at this point is whoever we're matched up with in the first round of the playoffs is likely not going to be quite this good. So give us some exposure to some of the top tier teams out there. And Ohio's a funny lacrosse state. You know, the top teams in lacrosse compete nationally. There's like a clear top 3 or so, and then a clear top, say, 10 to 12, and then probably a clear another 10. There's probably about 6 or 7 or 8 layers of teams. Findlay moved quickly out of the bottom layer or 2 over the first 4 years, but still not in that top group. It's going to be a procedural win for Lane, and Nathan Marshall will pick it up for the Trojans to get things started. After St. John's 5th goal, he gets the touch, backs it back out. Here's Mueller. This is the first year, though, Findlay's been scheduling teams like, Berlin, like St. John's, because that's definitely where the program wants to be. Kirian got the ground ball there. It'll take a while, but steps are being made. Oh, Marshall. Ugh. He had a couple of chances, but couldn't get the shot off. Just too clogged there in the middle. I think Marshall did 2 full 360s hopping around on one foot trying to find a spot to pull the trigger from, and he just couldn't. Here's Hammer. It's going to go out to Kirian, to Marshall. Marshall's shot blocked by Lewis. Got to start shooting around goalies. St. John's quick in transition here. St. John's setting it up. Moving to the left, around the crease, being pushed out by, is that Worthington? Yeah. Ty Worthington. 22, turning the corner. Bad pass there, scooped up by the Titans. And not sure what that call means, but it'd be Findlay ball. Cross to Jaeger. Jaeger On the bottom side here, we'll cut toward the middle, up for Hammer. Hammer's got it. He's cradling. Some fancy moves there from Will Hammer, but his pass deflected. Marshall grabs the ground ball and into the middle, but it's yard sales. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Knocked the stick out of Marshall's hand and then intentionally yeeted it down the field. So that'll be a call. The slash called, number 50, that's Bowers. A long stick, and Trojans will be man up here with 7:44 to go in the second quarter, down 5. Hammer. In and out of Kierion's stick, gets it back. Out to Marshall. Mueller. Here's White. Kierion. Back to Marshall. Marshall quick. Out to Mueller. Nice disciplined defense here, man down for St. John's. You can't tell they're man down. Into the middle and a nice save from Lewis. Ball's still alive. I didn't see who even shot it, did you? Ball will be out of bounds. The Trojan ball still man up. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Back to X, it's Kierion over to Hammer. Hammer. Shot goes wide. Trojans will keep it. Kierion out to Hammer. Mueller. And here's White. Trojans just working it around. St. John's playing defense a lot like their JV did in terms of placement, just good positioning and closing gaps quickly and not giving any space in the middle. Here's White going low, but Lewis will save it. Five and a half to go, second quarter. St. John's possession, killing off the penalty. St. John's taking their time here on this possession. It's been about 30 seconds of them kind of just walking it. Being patient, looking for a good shot, which personally I don't hate. But they're getting good shots. Vance stepping in there, and it'll be Trojan ball. Again, not sure why, but Vance will get it out to Brassfield. Brassfield back across to Jaeger. Jaeger splits a couple. Gets into the offensive end of the field. Now it's Greenewald's thought about a shot. And then just sets up the offense. Out to Hammer. About 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Trojans really want to get on the board here before halftime, I would imagine. Oh. And White's pass a little low. And we'll turn it over. St. John's. So nothing really going well for the Trojans, but unforced turnovers are one of the big ones here. St. John's at X with 3:45 to go in the half. Swim move. That was a good defensive play by Jaeger. It wasn't fooled by the swim. Back out to 14. He'll step, he'll shoot, and save. Bryson Smith. Oh, up and out. So in and out of the stick of Smith. St. John's gets the ball back. Yeah, it looked like he was out. Four's got a good look. Oh, he's going to go to X instead. For another chance here. Swim. Good defense by Jaeger. No, Stearns. Single digits throwing me. Jaeger with a big hit. St. John's, though, with a good look here for unobstructed. Going to take a shot. Good save. So 5 saves here. And chase won by Lincoln Kirian. It'll be Finley ball. Lincoln Kirian won the chase. Smith being hacked at, but under control. Oh no, just throws it right away again. I don't mean again in terms of Bryson specifically. I just mean the team. Ground ball for Marshall. We're just throwing the ball away a lot as a team. That's basically what I'm saying. Who's got it now? Will? Nathan. Nathan's got it. 23. Okay. Rolls it up to Mueller. Minute 45 to go. First half. What'd you say? Made good choices here.
Just don't give it to them.
Yeah. Best idea is don't turn the ball over here. Let's just take shots and
I like
Kirian. Yeah. Kirian's pass gets deflected.
Nice work.
St. John's with the turnover in their own end, and with a minute 14, they'll set up in the Trojan end of things. Number 5, Owen Strayer with the ball.
1 minute, 1 quarter.
Hammer back on defense here. Over top. Oh, and a good save for Brassfield over the back. Brassfield's pass a little high. Oh, but Stearns got it. Stearns got it. Oh, and we got the timeout. So, despite being down 5-0, Jude with 6 saves. We'll take that. Over 500 in a game like this is not bad. And really, knocking on wood, the pace of goals has slowed down. It was kind of a immediate assault, but the last goal came at 10:24 in remaining so early in the second. So most of the second quarter has been a scoreless game. So the Trojans can kind of get into a rhythm here. I'm not saying that we're looking to necessarily win this game at this point, but keep it close, put a couple goals on the board, and make it interesting, right? Just don't want to lose it. Kind of like I'm thinking about the Berlin game and the Bradley game, right, where it was close at halftime, and then third quarter, The wheels came off. So we want to. The wheels aren't all the way off yet, but they're kind of wobbly. And yeah. So play of the game for the Trojans so far is Coach Scott Miller's timeout call. As soon as Connor Stearns picked up that pass from Brassfield, that was clutch. Jude led Stearns a little far. Stearns caught up to it, grabbed it, and then Miller was on the trigger. 26 seconds to go in the half. And Mueller will start with possession. He'll get the touch. Then he'll go down low to Hammer. And yeah, noticing that Will Hammer's now playing at X. Swim move. Over the top. Oh! Hammer to Kyrian. No? What? Was it Nathan? No, I thought it was. Okay, yeah. Hammer to Marshall. Yes. Nathan Marshall with the goal. Will Hammer with the assist. 5-1 Trojans with 9.7 seconds left to go. So here's where we have to watch out, because we've been scored on more than once in the last 10 seconds of a quarter right off of a face-off. So got to lock in here. Procedure. Nope, it's going to be Trojan ball. So with just under 10 seconds left, we'll get one shot at doing something. Well, I guess throw it right at St. John's. That's what we're going to do. That was dough. That was kind of dough. So at halftime, it's 5-1, Titans. The good news, though, that second quarter was 1-1. So more like that, we'll be doing okay. No penalties in the second quarter for the Trojans. We had 4 in the first. 4 penalties in the first, none in the second. We lost the first quarter 4-0, and we tied the second quarter 1-1. Griffin Lane in the first quarter was 1 for 5 on faceoffs, but he was 3 for 3 in the second quarter. And Jude Brassfield steady with 3 saves in each of the first two quarters. So keeping it reasonable. Turnovers are the story here. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 turnovers for the Trojans in a half, which is not going to do it.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I saw 10 go up to him right away, but I wanted to make sure.
No, you got it, man. You're killing it.
Well, I also always like to announce assists, dude. When you work that hard to get the guy the ball,
Right?
For sure.
It's all the glory, but I'm like, dude, it's a point either way.
Yeah.
Like, and I always feel like.
Yeah, especially when it's a nice,
Oh,
yeah.
It's a great feat. Great
Yeah.
shot.
So Nathan Marshall with the goal, Will Hammer with the assist. And yeah, that's the story. Trojans have only caused 1 turnover. That was Stearns. Nope, 2. Jaeger had 1 as well. So it's not great on the scoreboard. It's 5-1, but the second quarter a very different story than the first. So try to take some momentum there. And even from a goalie perspective, 4 goals versus 3 saves in the first quarter, but then 3 saves versus only 1 goal in the second. So Trojans settling in a little bit. This team just able to score very quickly when they want to do it. So the puzzle really seems to be how to not turn the ball over. And the thing you hate to say is that a lot of these turnovers are unforced. And in a game like this, that's gonna catch up to you. So we'll take a break here, just under 10 minutes, and we'll be back for the third quarter. All right, getting ready to, I almost said drop the puck, but get started on quarter number 3 here at St. John's. The Titans lead Findlay 5-1. And it really has been a St. John's dominant game, but it is story of 2 different quarters. 4-0 St. John's in the first quarter, 4 penalties for the Trojans. It was pretty much a disaster early. Trojans settled in the second. Both teams got 1 goal in the second. No penalties for the Trojans in the second. 3 saves on 1 goal, and versus 1 goal in the second quarter. So things calmed down a little bit, but still Findlay having a hard time generating chances. That's the story of that and the turnovers. So we'll see how it goes. Also, big turnaround. Griffin Lane went 1 for 5 in the first quarter, but then 3 for 3 in the second. So we'll see. Here, St. John's wins that first one of the third quarter. So St. John's starting with patience. They've got a lead, and I mean, at this point, even getting to 5 goals is going to be difficult for Findlay. So St. John's doesn't have to keep their foot on the gas here unless they just want to. A possession game, I think, would do them just fine. Nice job there by the combo of Stearns and Kaufman. 5 still staying with it, though. Resilient and pass. 14's got a good look. But he goes wide. That's Jamison Maloney, sophomore. Ball will stay with St. John's. He cuts toward the middle, but he's blocked by Smith. Smith's going to back him back out and tries to turn the corner. Has to send it back to X, so Smith does his job there. Now Owen Strayer, he's dangerous with the ball. He's going to turn to the corner, and he's at 2. Also dangerous, Weinberg. He's got a goal or 2 plus an assist. Over top. A lot of room here for Weinberg. Trojans doing a nice job, but just can't get possession. Oh, maybe they do there. Great. Hudson Yeager causing the turnover and grabbing the ground ball. And a great defensive possession for the Trojans. It was long. Here's Greenwald, goes low and wide. And I'm going to say that Cole Kieran won that chase. No. They're going to say that Braylon Lewis won that chase. Ball will go to St. John's, 9:41 to go. Third quarter. So the Trojans, again, nice defensive stop there, but then the offense couldn't really do anything with it once they got it. Long possession for St. John's until they finally were forced into a turnover by Yeager. And we see St. John's setting up again. Methodical ball movement. 13, going to dodge. Kicks it back out, 14, and then Unguarded, good save for Brassfield off the fists. And ball still in, I guess. I wouldn't have known. Thought so. Sure looked out of bounds from here, but to be fair, we're far from that sideline. Loose ball here to the near side, kicked by Vance. Still loose, and Vance pops it up, and hey, finally picked up there by Tate Sprague. Loses it, though. St. John's with the ground ball. Good shot into the middle. just wide. Jude almost had a toe on it. Didn't need it. Ball will stay with the Titans. Eight minutes to go, third quarter. Sprague on defense, dump down low, pass bounces, and I think that's going to scoot out of bounds. It does, and the Trojans force another turnover. So good job there. Simon Tanner, a good one to take some hits. That's a hockey man. Drops it in. Greenewalt, quick shot, goes wide, and that time Finley will win that chase. That's Cam White, another hockey man. Simon Tanner used to taking hits while moving the puck up. Used to giving hits while taking the puck as well. Is Hammer out to White. Excuse me, Greenewalt. Mueller. Will Hammer dives for it but can't get there. Turnover to St. John's. About 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball's here on the near sideline on the left of your screen. 14's got it. Good job to back off for Hammer. Thought he was going to overcommit for a second. He didn't. 14 going to dodge and try to get a shot off high. Save made by Brassfields. In and out of the net. Rebounds went to St. John's, but they're going to turn it over. And the Trojans with 3 stops in a row defensively. Them. They threw it out of bounds. Trojans will get it started. Queued up and out of bounds. I was looking for Hammer, but under a lot of pressure there. Sends it out of bounds. And St. John's will take possession again. So the Trojans are doing a good job on these defensive possessions, but they just keep turning it over. So, you can only stop them so many times before you need some goals yourself. I hope not. Number 7 with a chance, and a nice goal there from number 7, Alex Spear. Makes it 6-1. So again, the Trojans with 3 possessions in a row where the Trojans either caused a turnover or got a save. But then every time, immediate turnover for the Trojans. And so four consecutive long possessions for the Titans with almost no time in between for the Trojans. And you can only hold them off for so long. There's a face-off. I don't know if they've called possession yet. If they did, it would be for the Trojans. But ball's still loose and out. Dante Kaufman ends up with it. That was a crazy sequence. I'll turn on the Jets. So again, I'm not mad at the defense and the goalieing here, but I'm mad at everybody's turnovers. Yeah. Coffin backing it up. Sometimes he likes to just go straight through on the dodge here, and he does, but he's slashed, so flag on the field. Kaufman pass is intercepted, but that'll trigger the penalty call. That's going to be Lewis, Xander Lewis, not Braylon Lewis, called for the slash. And the Trojans will be man up for a minute with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 6-1. Titans. Hammer will get us started. Kick it out to Mueller. Right back to Carrion. Oh, Mueller in and out. Stays with it. To White. Then to Carrion. Back out to Greenwaltz. Greenwaltz, Carrion. Up top, Hammer, Mueller. You know, I think this is the kind of game where you want to try to feed Nathan Marshall because he'll shoot from wherever. And he only wanted to there. The pass is a little bit behind him. Mueller and, Marshall and Greenwald are kind of our I'll shoot from anywhere guys. And again, like with the JV game, we're not getting much penetration into the front of the goal. So going to have to do other things. Here's Cam White, into the side of the net. White had a good look, but just off target into the side of the net. And the goalie Lewis able to corral it. But that's not a bad possession for the Trojans. I'll take that. We need some more of those. However, this transition I'm not loving. St. John's with a chance. Ooh, save made in there. Bounced right back to the shooter. Not sure. It wasn't the best shot. We'll see. Another shot goes high wide. It will stay with St. John's. 2:41 to go in the third quarter. So the Trojans want another stop here and then another possession like they had before. It wasn't a goal, but it at least resulted in a good look. And so he wants a shot and save in and out of the net of Jude, but the man right behind him finds Yeager. Yeager in some trouble, finds Smith. Out to Kaufman, scoops it up. Gonna need to get the touch here. And he does. Successful clear for the Trojans. 2:41 to go. Clock's not running. Clock!
Please.
Clock! The clock. Clock was not running, but now it is. There's White. White and oh! Can you do that? I guess you can. Bowers, very aggressive. Ground ball for Kieran. Okay. Gonna say the ball stays with Finley. Kieran drops it. And at 50, Bowers, he's relentless. There's a ground ball chance here for Vance if he can get a hold of it. Still loose. Still loose. Scoops it out to Kaufman, who gets it. Oh, drops it. He's going to stay with it. Looks like those guys went knee to knee. Kaufman relentless in there. Finally, nope. Greenwald scoops it up. Good sequence for the Trojans. Minute and a half left. Cam White on the ball. Xander Lewis poking at him. Those two play hockey together. Yeah. Down low, Kieran. Here's Jaron Clark with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Into the middle, bounces high. Anybody's ball. Still loose. Still loose. And it's going to go to Finley. Who keeps yelling white every time we get the ball? Okay. Oh, good move there for Connor Doe. Oh, Connor Doe scores off the shoulder of the goalie. Braylon went down to his knees, stopped it with his shoulder, and then it just rolled up over his shoulder. And in, Connor Doe with 30 seconds left. Makes it 6-2. So again, Trojans want to lock it down here and not give up a quick one at the end of the second quarter. And really, there should be fewer seconds than this because the clock was not running for a long time earlier. We'll see if the ref blows the whistle before. That's Jaeger doing a nice job there. 13 seconds to go. Might see a dodge here. 22's got a good look. Oh, but good defense by Stearns. Caused the turnover. Jude with the ground ball. And that'll do it. So another tied quarter. So not a bad quarter for the Trojans. Again, great defensively that quarter. Way too many turnovers. Very few offensive opportunities, but we got a goal. And again, another tied quarter, 1-1. Jude now sitting at 10 saves, so nice day for him so far. Hope that holds. Griffin now sitting at, 5 and 5. So 5 for 10, 50% on faceoffs. So that's even among the teams. Again, as I look at the scorebook, what I see is turnovers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 turnovers through 3 quarters here. And we've only caused 5. 2 by Stearns, 1 by Jacob Vance, and 2 by Hudson Jaeger. Not a ton of ground balls either for the Trojans. Dante Kaufman leading the way there with 3. A couple each for Stearns, Cole Kirian, that is, Jude, Brassfield. You don't want your goalie to be second place in ground balls in a game. And you don't want that number to be 2. But again, stayed out of the box. Went 50% on faceoffs. Saved more goals than we allowed and kept pace in terms of goals. So right now, a 4-goal difference, and the difference there is the first quarter. Just like with Hilliard Bradley. We'll see if the Trojans can tighten it up a little bit here with 12 minutes to go in the game. And again, this St. John's team, very, very good team. Definitely one of the teams who will be competing for the D2 state championship. That's going to be a win for St. John's. Finley, of course, a D1 team, but only 2 divisions in high school lacrosse here in Ohio. They just draw a line right down the middle. They look at the enrollments and cut it in half of all the lacrosse playing schools, and the ones in the top half are D1 and the ones in the bottom half are D2. But it doesn't always correlate with how good a team is, obviously. But it does to some degree. St. John's, of course, the number 6 rated D2 team in the state and the number 26 overall team. It's a pickup for Mason Johnson. Out to Stearns. Stearns tried to flip it out to Brassfield. Jude gets his 3rd ground ball of the game here. Bryson Smith looks, decides to run, and then flings it up for, in and out of Marshall's stick, but picks it up, gets the touch. How many turnovers did Jude have? 2?
2.
Okay. I just want his ground balls to outpace his turnovers. Oh, Kirian's just dropped it there. Ground ball chance for Marshall. He gets it. That was good. That would have been one of those blown possessions, but heads up play by Marshall. Here's Hammer having to move left, move right, move left. They're all over Will Hammer. Finally turns the corner inside. Marshall, good save.
Oh, man.
Good save by Lewis. That was a nice save. 13 in transition. He's going to wind up and, finds the post. That's way up in the air.
That was
and
so
then
hard.
Takes a bad bounce.
I had 7 stories. That was crazy.
That went so hard. Went way up in the air. Yeah, I know. That would have killed Jude, I think, if it did. It would have literally died. Opportunity here for 7. Oh, crease save there for Jude, and then gets the ground ball. Okay. Ooh, that was a nice play. I think it's the most ground balls he's ever had in a game. All right, Trojans are going to need to work here to make the touch, and that's the guy to do it right there, Dante Kaufman. All right, in and out. Jude giving Hudson the fist bump there for that. The Philly defense has looked really good in the second half, just across the board. In terms of preventing the numbers of shots and then saving shots that they do see, causing turnovers. Really, really happy with what I've seen defensively outside of the first quarter. I'll see what Kaufman decides to do. Oh, goes down, but he keeps the ball. You know, if you go back and you watch Dante 3-4 years ago, he was just as fast and he could shoot just as hard, but he was, kind of inconsistent with picking up the ground balls, and he wasn't always consistent with hanging onto the ball through contact. And over the course of the 3 years, he's become, I think, the most consistent ground ball guy we have, and the one who's most consistent of hanging onto the ball through contact. He's really done a nice job developing there. So penalty called on St. John's. Trojans will be man up for a minute. There's 8:05 to go. Let's see if Trojans can make this interesting. It's Kirian with some room around the side. He's going to get it out to Greenewalt. MJ to Ben Mueller. Back to Greenewalt. And Nathan Marshall low. Shot goes wide. Trojans will keep it. Here's Kirian. Mueller saved. Ball's loose. Picked up by shot on target for Doe, and then he gets the ground ball. What's the whistle? Crease violation? I guess he ran through the crease to get the ground ball, maybe?
Yeah.
We have a hurt player?
Yeah.
Who? Where?
He's on his knee.
Is it their guy?
Yeah, it's 50 there.
Oh, okay. So St. John's player injured. Doesn't look too serious here. He's walking off with no assistance, just kind of slowly. So that was the whistle. It wasn't a. So I think we should hang on to the ball here. Yeah, Connor Doe's got it on the far side. Still man up. Oh, Cole has it on the way Connor was holding the stick. It looked like he had it. He was kind of cradling air, I guess. Here's Mueller, Marshall, Mueller, Doe, down low, hammer in and out of his stick, loose ball. Everybody's fighting for it, and it's going to come out to Mueller. Mueller is going to wind up and sail it. Trojans will hang on. Here's Kirian into the middle. That'll be a turnover. Unless, yeah. No flag there. So if we get the ball, that's a cause turnover for Hammer, which we do. And now Connor Doe with the ground ball. Will Hammer cause turnover. Connor Doe ground ball. Here's Ben Mueller with time, and he sends it deep. Trojans will keep the ball, and I think we'll be man up again. With 6.5 to go. So slash penalty called on the Titans. Finley man up for another minute. They are pulling the trigger more here, but still having trouble penetrating the defense and getting shots on goal. Here's Kirian from the baseline out to Mueller through traffic and scores. Ben Mueller. Is that his first of the day?
Yep,
And assist to Cole Kirian.
I saw the assist was 21.
35.
35.
So 6-3 with 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Ben Mueller with a, he's been shooting that shot now the whole fourth quarter, and that time he aimed it just right. That was a nice shot. Face-off here is won by St. John's. Finley closes it to within 3, and let's give Connor Stearns a cause turnover there. Finley ball with 6:02 to go. Jaeger across to Vance. Vance send it up. It was tipped, and that's out of bounds. Oh! I thought he tipped it out of bounds. All right. So turnover for Vance, I guess. St. John's with the ball. That's going to be a penalty on the Trojans. Loose ball, and eventually picked up by Vance, who hit Stearns, and then over here is, who's got it? Sprague. Sprague up the sideline, taking some hits. Up to Kaufman. Kaufman going to try to scoot through. He loses it. Ground ball picked up by St. John's, and we have a whistle. Timeout called by the Trojans, I think. I saw Miller gesturing for it. I don't know if we got it. I think we did. Are they not giving it to us? Or they are giving it to us? So a slash called on St. John's? That's number 88. That's Kyler Ayers, hockey player. Trojans will be man up here. Connor Doe with possession. Doe's having a nice game. Don't know what's going on here. What's that? I'm sorry, one of what? Oh. Oh. 5:13 to go. Kieran drops it, gets it back. Now out to Greenewaltz. Mueller. Quick pass. Oof. Good look from Greenewaltz. Goes wide. Good pass from Marshall as well. Just under 5 minutes to go. 4:53. Ball's caught up in the netting to protect the track. All right, Greenewalt now out to Mueller.
Whoa.
Missed there. Greenewalt gets the ground ball. Mueller, oh, the ball's tipped up high. Gonna stay with Finley. You get MJ's ground ball there. Here's Kieran into Mueller looking for the same thing. Oh, Marshall had a good look, but just over top. That was a good. It's a miss, but it was a good miss. Good miss. If we can get that shot again, I'll be happy. Now it's Kieran. Greenewaltz. Mueller. Greenewalt's got a good look, but saved. Ball's still loose. Still loose. Marshall gets it out to, who is that? Doe? No, here's Doe. Now Mueller. St. John's fans very upset with the refereeing here. Feeling like Finley's getting some calls. Under 4 minutes, 3:51 to go. Mueller. Hammer. Sprints a bit. Out to Marshall. Greenewalt's going to win that chase despite the stands referee. 3:22 to go. Kieran.
That's his spot, man.
Inside. Marshall was held up. Timeout is called by the Trojans. So, 3:13 to go in the game. St. John's leads 6-3. And I'll withhold comment until 3 minutes and 13 seconds have elapsed. I like the way Finley's playing in the second half. I can say that without feeling like I'm going to jinx anything. I like the defensive strength that we've seen. But we've allowed, one goal so far in the second half? And offensively, we're not scoring, really, but we are now holding onto the ball. We've slowed down the turnovers. So, again, 3 minutes, the wheels could still fall off, but just based only on what we've seen in the third and fourth quarter, in the second, really. Happy with what's going on the field. This team beat Perrysburg 9-4 or 9-3, I want to say. And they beat St. Francis by 3 the other day. 6-3, I want to say it was. So St. John's not giving up a lot of goals, so I'm not surprised we're not lighting them up here. So Trojans will start with the ball. It's Kieran. Now Doe. Yeah, I like the way Connor Doe's been playing today. Yeah. Kieran into the middle. It's a turnover. And St. John's, good chase, though, by Kieran to try to slow things down a bit. Big pass, nice pass, connects. Oh, but an aggressive play by Jacob Vance. The ball will stay with St. John's, but it allows Finley to get set there. That was a good attempt on the ball by Vance.
No step.
Watch out here. I think St. John's going to be looking to shoot. 3 goals is a big lead with 2 minutes to go, but I think they'd probably like a cushion, if even more.
0-7-2-5
Well, yeah. Gonna turn the corner, drop it in, and then a ground ball for Jude. It's his 5th of the day, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You turn over?
No. Yeah, you're out. It's just a bobble.
There we go. Yeah, good to Bryson.
Can we call the timeout?
Failure. Failure. Thank you. Goodness.
Surprised we didn't call that timeout. Oh, have we? Out of timeouts. Minute 43 to go. Who's got it? But now there's a timeout? Yeah, but the ref pointed to our bench. If we had a timeout left, we should have called it about 20 seconds ago. He signaled, but it can't have been ours. Yeah.
Because we're out.
Because if we had one, we'd have called it when we couldn't cross the 50. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just went the wrong way.
When I do the PA at Finley, and I bought some walkie-talkies to give to the table people so that I can, because half the time what the refs signal like doesn't mean anything, and you just have to guess. Right? Yeah. All right, so there's a minute 35 to go, and Titans lead by 3, 6-3. And again, Trojans are not going to win this game. But I think a strong stand here to close it out is about the closest thing to a moral victory you can get if they can pull this off and keep the Titans off the board here in the last minute and a half. The Titans calling that timeout, trying to cook something up, I'm sure. Okay, see, yeah, Ty Worthington playing close defense here on 13. That's Ian Maloney. Maloney makes the move and sails it. That's going to be Finley ball. So Bryson Smith now will get a chance to bring it up. Just under a minute, 57 seconds to go. Bryson Smith, pass gets knocked down. Ball still loose. Kaufman's there.
Push in the back.
Kaufman.
Call the foul.
We don't
They don't
have
have a timeout.
Scott says we have one.
Maybe one of them was theirs that they called earlier.
I mean, I don't know if the scoreboard is showing timeouts, but yeah, we did have one on the scoreboard. Weird. So timeout call with 42 seconds left. I'm not talking much because I'm kind of out of breath. And my anxiety is through the roof here. Again, Trojans aren't going to win this game down 3 with less than a minute to go, but love to see a strong close here. If not another goal for the Trojans, at least keeping St. John's out of the net. So it'll be Finley ball, 42 seconds to go. And Ben Mueller will start us off. I'll touch it. Move the ball around. It's Will Hammer from X. Into the middle, bounces off of Doe. Ball's bouncing around, and Braylon Lewis will get the ground ball. 25 seconds to go. Nice catch there. I thought that one was headed out of bounds, but here's a transition opportunity for St. John's with 17 seconds left. Nathan Marshall. 10 seconds to go. Looks like St. John's going to concede. And that'll do it. A 3-goal loss for the Trojans, but man, not anything like we feared this would be. You know, that 4-0 first quarter, after that, we won the game. 2-3. Not a lot to say. What do we got here? 11 saves for Jude Griffin. Strong effort. 5 wins out of 13 at the face-off. Ground ball leader was the goalie, Jude, with 5. 4 ground balls for Dante Kaufman. 3 cause turnovers for Connor Stearns. And goals by Connor Doe, Nathan Marshall, and Ben Mueller. Assists, Will Hammer and Cole Kirian. And that's a wrap. You know what? Honestly, we'll take it, man. Good game for the Trojans. First quarter was terrible, and then after that, a very good performance for the Trojans. So thanks for watching. Next game will be Tuesday at home. Audible Hills rematch. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.